Screen time. Does just hearing that word make you tense up a little? If so, you are absolutely in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break down a simple, totally practical guide for a digital detox that can help your whole family find a healthier and, happier balance with all this tech. Let's dive in.
Sound familiar? I bet it does. If you feel like you're in a constant tug of war over phones, tablets, and video games, trust me, you are not alone. It's a classic struggle for parents everywhere these days. But here's the good news. A few simple strategies can make a world of difference.
So, before we jump into the how-to, let's talk for a second about the why. This is not about punishment, and it's not about taking away all the fun. It's about what's in it for everyone. Think of a digital detox, even a small one, as a really positive step toward a healthier and honestly, a more connected family. And the benefits of cutting back on screen time? They're pretty amazing, and they happen fast. Better sleep? You bet. That blue light from screens really messes with our natural sleep cycles, making it so much harder for kids and us to get good rest. Improved focus and creativity? Well, that just happens naturally when our brains get a break from the constant pinging and scrolling. And less stress? Come on, that's a win for the entire household.
Okay, time to get practical. Any real change has to start with a solid foundation, right? For a digital detox to work, that foundation is a clear, simple set of rules that everyone in the family can actually understand and get on board with.
And we're going to start with just 2 rules. That's it. First, just decide on a reasonable daily limit for screen time. It doesn't have to be some crazy drastic number. It just needs to be consistent. Second, and this one is a total game changer, create no tech zones. The dining table is the perfect place to start. It makes mealtimes about talking again. And bedrooms? Oh yeah, that's another crucial one, especially for protecting sleep. So we've got our rules, but honestly, this next part, this might just be the most important piece of the whole puzzle, because any rules we come up with are only going to be as good as the example we set ourselves.
I'm just going to let that sit there for a moment. Your habits become their habits. Kids are like little sponges, right? They learn so much more from what we do than from what we say. If they see us glued to our phones, well, that just becomes normal for them too.
And this is the big shift we're talking about. It's about moving from being in the same room but totally separate, each of us zoning out on our own screens, to making that conscious choice to put the devices down and actually be present with each other. It's such a simple change, but the impact is massive. Okay, so we've talked a lot about setting limits, but this is not about leaving a big empty space in your day. The secret sauce to making this all work, it's replacing screen time with something that's just as engaging, or maybe even more so. It's time to add the fun back in. And look, the possibilities here are endless. This is just to get you thinking. What does your family really love to do? Is it kicking a ball around outside, getting messy with paints and craft supplies, or hey, maybe it's dusting off that old board game you haven't played in years? The whole point is to fill that time with connection and fun. All right, you've got your rules, you've got your fun alternatives lined up. Now for the big question. How do you actually put this all into motion without sparking a family-wide rebellion? The key, my friends, is a sustainable strategy that doesn't feel like a punishment to anyone. Okay, listen up, because this is super important. Whatever you do, don't just go cold turkey. A sudden, total ban is almost guaranteed to backfire. Instead, try this gradual approach. The first week, just shave off 15 minutes of screen time a day. It's so small they might not even notice. Then do it again the next week. The slow and steady method gives everyone time to adjust without feeling deprived. And, it's also worth remembering that not all screen time is bad time. The real goal here is to shift from what we might call isolated tech time, where everyone's in their own little digital bubble, to connected tech time. Think about a family movie night or finding a cool educational game you can all tackle together. It's about using technology to bring you closer, not drive you further apart. All right, so let's boil this all down. What are the big takeaways? First, remember the goal is balance, not a ban. Second, clear rules and your own example are everything. Third, you've got to replace that screen time with fun offline stuff. And finally, go slow. Make the changes gradually so they actually stick. You can totally do this. So I'm going to leave you with just one simple question. This doesn't have to be some huge, complicated plan. Just think, what's one small, fun, offline thing you can do together as a family starting tonight? Because that's really where it all begins.